trying to defend, who you guys are trying to speak up for. This is the same woman that was going around smacking white people in the streets. She's not innocent. She was actually taunting the guy to hit her. Why would I go defend somebody that's actually looking for trouble?
Rightfully so. This has been making a lot of noise on the internet because a lady just got hit in the face with a brick by a fully, we assume, able-bodied man, which she was lucky enough to walk away with her life from. Now, there's no justification for that at all. So we're just going to get to that point. There's one key thing I feel like a lot of people are sort of skipping over when it comes to this situation. As a woman, right? Let me just start with this example. My grandma, she takes shit from no one. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have grandmas that has mouth for any and everyone. But there are certain things that even my grandma would not do because she has an understanding of what can take place when dealing with certain kinds of men. The moment that you already declined this man's confrontation and he doesn't just walk away and either apologizes or let you go where you have to go, but instead decides to further insult you, that is your cue to get the hell out of there. Even as a man, there's just certain things that you understand that doesn't make you pussy. It makes you wise. Because at some points, words stop flying and fist starts flying. When you're dealing with certain men, a lot of the time, their ego and their pride is basically the deciding factor on whatever it is they do. And once you hurt that, all logic goes out the window. With that being said, there's an understanding that unless you intend on going toe to toe physically with this man, there's no need for you to stand there and not try to have a barking contest. Because once you confirm that you're willing to go back and forth with this guy who was already wrong, what you are also agreeing to is that if he decides to get physical, you can handle yourself. Because you don't need a man. You can defend yourself just as any other man could. To some guys, as ridiculous as that is how they think. And this is why they don't go back and forth. Not because they're afraid, but because if this guy is already willing to be wrong and strong about the fact you said no, and he now wants to say something to you, if you don't just get out of there, that means you accept that if he decides to get physical, you can handle yourself. And I think that a lot of people are taking away the point that there is a lack of accountability with how she handled that situation. No, that does not warrant her getting hit with a brick. It doesn't warrant anyone getting hit with a brick. However, you already know the kind of individual you are dealing with the second you say no, however you said no, and that man decides to still either talk to you, pursue you, or now want to insult you. That is your cue to leave. Literally not even a year ago, a man lost his life because he offended another man by not saying thank you for the door being opened for him. There is a lot of experiences missing from the youth today that makes them believe that they are invincible. And I think that is the main point that a lot of people are missing. As a woman, you do not have balls between your legs. You are not supposed to stand there and go back and forth with this man. This man already is wrong. You saw him on the corner. You saw him doing whatever he's doing. Clearly, he's up to no good. Get out of there. When it comes to people viewing that lady like a sexist, it's not hard to see why. In the videos that is shown of her slapping men, she makes it out to look as though it's because of the racial aspect. But if it's really just about race, why isn't she slapping white women? And then on top of that, in another video, she goes on to say men aren't providers, they aren't protectors. Basically, everything that a man could do, women could do without men. Men are basically, replaceable and useless because there's no need for you to depend on them for their basic functions. To a lot of people, she's going to look, I'm sorry, it looks and quacks like a duck. It's a sexist woman. That's just what it's going to look like. Does that mean she deserved to get hit with a brick and lose her life? No, it doesn't. However, it's not hard to see why people would now think of her as the everyday man-hating black woman. My condolences goes to the lady. I hope that she continues to get the help she needs. And I just hope this doesn't create a wider divide than we already have. With that being said, take care.